So that brings us to the game that we've already talked about a lot. People are already, I think, crazily overreacting to online. Like, I said it in interview with, we brought Jesse Granger on with Joe to talk about game one and what we're looking at moving forward. I feel like both teams, not fan bases, but both teams are looking at this game and they're both like feeling better than they did coming in. Is that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much better Vegas would feel. I mean, I'm sure they were super confident coming in anyways, but like, I thought Minnesota played great. Like, it's annoying because it's the playoffs. It doesn't really matter how well you play. It's just this whatever, like you all the fucking cliches. But I mean, over anyone that comes away is like, yeah, they can't possibly win is crazy. Like any overreactions one way or the other to me is like, especially just given the fact that I thought they were really impressive in large stretches of that game. Couple plays that they would like back, obviously. I thought that third goal, I do not like Gus getting beat short side there. Same time, made a couple big saves too. Sure. I mean, we have to feel great about Matt Boldy continuing his stretch of good play. I think the underlying numbers actually don't like substantiate this, but I thought Johansson was really good. Like a lot of what he was doing down the stretch, and he's been playing really well. He generated some scoring chances, his entries in the zone. He's keeping plays alive at the blue line too. Like he was all over the place. Again, the underlying numbers don't look good for the fourth line, but I thought Trenyan and Brazeau made a ton of plays on the forecheck, winning pucks, establishing possession that way. And I mean, they had plenty of chances, big time chances to score. I mean, like Rossi got, like Hayden Hill made some unbelievable saves. We saw Rossi on one in the first or second period. I think it was the second period. But there's definitely more positives to take away than negatives. The only bad thing is the playoffs, so it's just this final score that matters. But I mean, the fact they went in healthy, they came out healthy for the most part, it sounds like. That's what Hynes said. Is again great. And then actually, there we go. Is Kirill cooked? I think he's not at 100%, but I mean, at the end of the day, that pass that he made on that Boldy's first goal was insane. So like 70% of Kirill Kaprizov is probably just as good as like 100% of half like the league. So fucking like still ends up with 2 points, but again, more positives than negatives, I think for sure. It's not like, it doesn't look like it's gonna be a lopsided. It could, like, they could honestly lose in 5 games, but like I would suspect them to be competitive in all 5. Like that could happen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
It's just the way the playoffs go. But like, to me, there was plenty of reasons to think that they could have won that game last night.
Honestly, like if you take the key sequences where whether it was a missed call or like Gus missed when they should, like this game had the makings of Wild having a chance to take it. And I do think I'm with you. There shouldn't be many blowouts in this series. There'll maybe be one on either side. But outside that, like these teams are so disciplined and focused on playing their way. And we talked about it in and out of the stream with Isha, right? Like they both kind of have a similar identity. Top to bottom, like good two-way players for the most part that play their system. And heavy teams, like I am curious though, how long do you think Kaprizov and Boldy stay together?
Yeah. I mean, I probably would hesitate to make the change for game 2.
Sure.
But like for me, what it more even like what like when you look at the overall lines just in general, like the one question you have to have is like, do you really want to keep that third line of Nyquist, Rossi, and Foligno? Or do you want him in that top 6 playing with offensive players where he was scoring this season when he was playing with those guys? It's also tough to like take away Gaudreau and Johansson from this situation that they have going on with Zuccarello. So,
dude, I don't want to be a downer. I think there's absolutely a chance that Rossi plays on the 4th line next game. Right. I think John Hynes hates him.
As a person.
No, actually, like I think it's personal at this point. Like I think he, like, whether it's his face that he wants him to change or he's going to change it for him, going to land one of these in his suck hole. I don't know, but dude, watch for it. I think there's a better chance that he's fourth line than second line going into game 2. And really my reason for it, they didn't line match in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to line match after what just happened with Kaprizov and Boldy. And I do think there's a real world where, like, dude, I liked how Hartman played. I liked his discipline too, to not get into the bullshit, even though like he would have been justified in doing so. He needs to be in the top 6. I think that like a Boldy Foligno line to be your second line could actually work really well. It gets Foligno more involved and engaged, and then you can put Zuccarello and Kaprizov back together. Hell, have the center be Hartman for all I freaking care. But then you're going to have like a weird cast of characters at the bottom, and I don't know if I want Gus Nyquist playing. Where do you stand on him?
Yeah, it's tough. Like, because I mean, I do think it's weird. The Rossi, Foligno, Nyquist trio, like, again, it's not like I think that they've played poorly. It's just like there's just been no offense for them to have. I mean, again, like Rossi had that one grade A where he had that like
weird
off the rush. Right, yeah, like a setup on a tee. Again, like for me, it's more so it has less to do with those like Foligno and Nyquist. It just more so has to do with like Rossi is one of your better scorers this season. He was scoring when he was playing with guys like Boldy, with Zuccarello, with Kaprizov. So like if you like you said, Vegas is going to come out and probably match up hard against that Boldy Kaprizov line if they're together again. So do you want to spread it out a little bit and reunite Rossi with some of like that offensive firepower? Like again, it's been annoying that he's been pigeonholed in that third line, and if it is the case where he gets into the fourth line, I'll be really annoyed because at that point, what are you even doing? But that's like, I mean, Hynes did mention potential whatever, like tinkering with some of the lines for game 2. We'll see what happens. But I mean, to me, I do think you probably get a better chance of like getting scoring throughout the lineup if you do like move Rossi up, potentially separate Boldy and Zuccarello, but who knows? Maybe you try that for 20 minutes and it just goes to absolute hell and you're an offensive black hole. Who knows? Like, I don't know. But yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, I just don't think you're going to get a whole lot of scoring from that third line, even if they play relatively well and control play for the most part, but who knows? It didn't pan out that way in game 1 though. Like, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm just like so sad. Like, I've never been less confident in Marco Rossi being a member of this team in October. It's pretty, I'm down bad. But, which is funny because I get like accused of being like eager to get him out of here, and it's very much not the case.
We're trying to reverse psychology, you know?
I'm just talking about what's happening. I don't want it to happen.
No, like, we at one point we were like, let's just bring it up every week so it doesn't happen.
Like straight up, dude. True, that was a thing, but it's like, imagine going on and just like posting on Twitter, Donald Trump won the election, and someone being like, "Fuck you, you like Trump?" Like that's the equivalent. That's how I feel. I'm being attacked.
Just pointing out the thing that happened, yeah.
Like, I'm just stating what's happening because the amount of times that Russo and Joe have said it, like they haven't told me any like deep dark secrets behind the scenes. Like, if they're talking about it this much, there is something there. Just open your eyes, people. Ooh, this is actually a really good poll question from Cosgrove. Who hates Rossi more? A, me. B, John Hynes. C, his parents. But yeah, I just hope he doesn't end up with a team I hate.
Yeah.
It's really what it comes down to. But all right, back on game 1 and the series as a whole. The refs. Do they, A, hate Ryan Hartman and not want to call penalties related to him? B, see that the Vegas Golden Knights like broke a record for how many penalties were called on them this year, and they're like, well, they're clean. We can't call anything. Or C, it's playoff hockey. Like, where do you land? Or do the refs just suck? That could also be an answer. D, the refs suck.
I mean, like, to me, like the Hartman Haig thing was legitimately mind blowing to me. And again, you know it's bad when Russo starts dropping first and last names. Furbit's out. I think he tweeted Furbit's out like 5 times last night. Very funny. And again, like Hartman was doing what anyone does in the playoffs on that sequence where he's shoving. He like threw a half of a cross check. He grabbed the stick, but then Haig literally turned around away from the play and just cross checked him, like caught him in the face. He's bleeding. Nothing to see here. That was crazy. And
what about the face-off play?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it a little bit. I don't know. Like, I never know what to make of those. I mean, like Gaudreau he was fucking livid after. He made it seem like he really did get whatever. Like, held back. I never like bitching about the rest, but last night, like, just a couple of them were legitimately egregious, where it was just like, how is that nothing? And that, like, again, it's so funny every time. I don't know why they have to bring in the officiating, the Dave Jackson. They go to the booth. He's like, they ask what the Hartman plays. Like, do they have a? Think Minnesota has a reason to be upset? There's like, yeah, no. I was like, oh my god. And then Callahan goes, yeah, I think they have a shout here. I was like, of course. But I don't know, like, it was, what did it end up, like 3-1 or something, penalties, maybe?
2-1, I think. And one of them was like a necessity.
Right.
It was like Boldy did it on purpose because he should have.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, listen, if they want to call very few penalties, fine. But the Haig Hartman thing really is just like, that's what drives everyone insane. Where it's like, it's so egregious, it's right there. And if you want to call it playoff hockey, then, like, I don't know, man. You got to let a whole lot more go. And yeah, it is true, though. Like, with Hartman's record, you have to wonder about, like, this is something that we've heard about Hartman before this playoff series, obviously, especially that last suspension. Like, he does have a big time reputation, which unfortunately is a thing in the league with guys. So who knows if that plays anything. I'm never gonna like try to speculate on that too far, but it does happen. So who knows? But it was just like that one is the one that's gonna stand out. It's super frustrating because it was just like it was right there. And I mean, the official is literally in the frame that you can see him staring at the play.
That's the thing. Yeah. And for me, the face-off play, like, first off, the ref had his back turned, so like it's not going to be called. But I can raise my hand and say that if that happens to your team, you get scored on, like, either side would have been pissed off just because of the circumstances with the goal being scored. If there's no goal scored there, like, we're probably not really talking about this. And I still don't think, like, if they called a penalty there, would I be like, what are you calling? No, but I'm not banging the table for that to be called. It's just super unfortunate the way that it played out, that they scored immediately, and that's why. But I don't. It's borderline. Like, it was definitely more than you're used to seeing, but like people getting tangled up like that on the face-off regular season is like super normal. In the playoffs, it's pretty tough to call that if the ref even did see it, which he didn't, you know?
Yeah.
So like that one, I'm not going to sit here and say like that lost us the game. It's a bummer and it's unfortunate. And I respect fans being mad about it, but the Hartman one, I just can't get over. That's insane.
Right. Yeah. And again, like, especially every time the refs end up somehow coming up every fucking playoff game, I am not going to ever sit here and be like, the only reason the Wild lost was the officiating. I know that's not what we're saying right now. I'm just saying in general, like, that didn't really factor into this loss in the first place. But again, for me, the big one was just the Hartman Haig thing, where it was like also the Haig literally turned away from the play to cross-check Hartman. Like, the puck was behind him when he, like, it was crazy. It was just like, okay, he actually like abandoned the puck for a second and just like cross-checked it. So whatever, is what it is. So it's frustrating when you have to talk about refs after a playoff game, though. But yeah.
does part of you miss Everson freaking out about refs post game?
No, I can't handle it because we get enough of it anyways. Like whether it's like Twitter or it's whatever, we still get like Hynes came out and said it after the game too. He's like, was that a penalty on Gudra off the face off? He's like, yes. It's like, oh fuck, he just said it. It's whatever.
Yeah. Buium, tough look on the final play, which I think that's just a welcome to the NHL moment. Outside that, like, played fine. And I love too. I gotta hang on. I'll find the exact quote, but I rather enjoy whenever there's someone like Jake Middleton who's going to be self-deprecating. Per Russo, Jake Middleton on Buium. When I was 19, when I was his age, I wasn't even running a power play in junior, so I can't really relate to it. What he's feeling right now, but he's going to be an exceptional player. You can see it already. And Russo has at the bottom, editor's note, Middleton was a great junior player.
That's a great addition.
That's awesome. Yeah. Best editor note.
Yeah. Yeah, much like we were talking about with this game in general, I like it's crazy if anyone watches one game and immediately has like a strong take on like Buium's future of the NHL. Probably the toughest possible environment that he could have been thrown into. First ever game. It's the playoffs. It's in Vegas. You're playing on third pair with Zach Bogosian. Another thing like I really think people need to realize too is just like for his entire playing career up to this point, he has been a number 1 or a number 2 defenseman. He literally played 50 minutes in the national semis like 2 weeks ago. Like this is brand new territory for him. As far as just like the playing environment, he's getting used to whatever, like playing with these guys, playing against NHL players. And I like that pass on that last sequence there when they're chasing the lead. And obviously Boldy ends up taking the penalty. That pass makes it where that's going in. Like that's the college hockey player. Like you have that space in college. You don't have that here. Like no one's jumping that pass in college.
Well, honestly, though, I think what it was, he watched like all of the celebration debacle when Vegas won the cup. And he's like, there's no way this William Karlsson guy has the reaction time to poach this. Like, I'm surprised his shirt's on right now. Still being honest.
But like, it'll be interesting to see how he gets to play because I mean he got used more and more as the game went on. And I mean, what a statement it was at the end of the game that they throw him on for the extra attacker on the back end there. But like. When I was watching him and Bogosian together, like I was significantly more worried about Bogosian than I was Buium. Like again, I thought he got a little bit more comfortable as the game went on. He never looked fully confident or whatever. And there were a couple of plays like in that second period. I remember he had a clear chance to shoot, didn't take it. He was holding on to pucks a little bit too long, trying to make like a perfect pass. But like again, all in all, first ever NHL game, toughest environment you could possibly imagine. Like I thought he was fine. Like. Anyone that expects him to come in and like put up 3 points is crazy. So we'll see if he like who knows what. Again, like Hynes mentioned, potential lineup changes, moving guys around. We'll see if he gets more shifts. Like he doesn't have to like even start on the same pair as like a Spurgeon or Faber, whoever. But you got to wonder if they start throwing him on the ice a little bit more often with those guys, with the top units, like the top 6 at the same time too. And I mean, realistically, it's going to probably be more clear like when they're back in Minnesota and can dictate like those changes. But yeah, I thought he was fine. Like didn't look significantly out of place. Again, looks like he was getting his feet under him first ever NHL game. Yeah. And again, it said a lot that as that third period went on, they were chasing that lead. Like he was getting thrown on the ice a lot more. So yeah, that was fun.
I'm excited to see what he looks like in game 2, just because like ever NHL game, there's just so much going through his mind, the jitters, the excitement, and like the negative nerves too. Like that's done. And he literally just had the worst case scenario for himself. He threw a pass that basically iced the game for Vegas. He's not going to make that pass again. And he got the monkey off his shoulder. Like he can't come in and do something. Yeah. I mean, obviously you can make worse mistakes, but like that's a pretty pivotal moment. And the team's going to come right back and keep him in the same position. If they don't, then I have no comment.
yeah, like we'll scrap that.
Then John Hynes, I hate you for another reason. But
last matchup related thing. What a game! Aiden Hill made some unbelievable saves. And again, like I know someone asked Gustafson after the game about that second one. I don't know if he just like bit on Theodore shooting from the point, but I mean, he was frozen in his crease when he passed over to Dorofeev. I mean, Dorofeev had an entire wide open net. And I already said before that third one off the rush, really want that to not beat you short side. Hurdle one, I don't know. You could talk to people who, or whatever, goaltending specialists say you can't get beat there the short side. That was a ridiculous shot.
Come on.
Also, he took the puck from Faber literally had the puck, got dispossessed, and then Hurdle just turned around and rifled. I mean, he couldn't have placed it any more perfect. So
yeah. Also, Zeev Buium +1, Brock Faber -1.
Well, not anymore.
Oh, did Zeev?
He was on the ice that third. He was on the ice for the third one.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oops.
Yeah. But either way, again, Gus also made he made a huge save in that first period when they were already down 1-0. I think it was Eichel had that breakaway. That was a huge save from Gustafson too. So I don't know if I sound like I'm being like, Gustafson wasn't great or whatever. He made a bunch of really
wanted to see a little more, but he also had big moments, and I'm not worried about him at all. Right.
Right.
Cosgrove pulling a move like I did last night. Kaprizov put up 3 points in his first game. Come on, Zeev.
It's
Our
great.
boy Trav Zimmerman chiming in. Sean, Kirill was 23 years old and had played pro hockey for 5 years. Cosgrove was absolutely making a joke, just like Isha made a point to comment to me today that he was like punching the air when I said, "Wait, Brett, you have a puppy?" And Brett started explaining, "Yeah, I do. Her name's Rue." And he's just like, "No, don't lean into it." And he's like, your reaction immediately was like, "Oh, God damn it." Yeah.
But anything else on the Wild Vegas game one that we wanted to touch on?
Trav knew. Okay. Trav leaned into it too. Fair enough. But Brett had I could have gone on for 20 minutes, asking him "Oh my God, I had no idea you had a dog. Tell me the origins." Shout out Brett. I'm sorry. I just can't help myself. Man. I don't have anything too crazy. Really, game 2 is going to be interesting if I can stay awake for it. God bless you on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm. Fingers crossed, maybe Rossi gets a couple shifts in that top 6 if they want to make any.
I thought you were going to say hopefully he gets a couple shifts.
Just in general. But yeah, I don't know. Again, significantly more positives after that first game than negatives for me. So,
people were acting like it's all over, and I don't agree.
Yep.